How is entrepreneurship different from business? Entrepreneurship is different from business, in that entrepreneurship begins with the recognition of a problem or issue. If you are a service entrepreneur, for example, your business cannot begin until you have identified a need to fill. In contrast, if you are in the retail business, your business cannot begin until the customer has purchased a product. Entrepreneurship requires the willingness to be a risk taker, someone who perceives opportunities when others see problems. Another factor that makes entrepreneurship different from business is that, as I mentioned above, there is no beginning and there is no end. A successful entrepreneur is always trying to find new ways to improve his business model. When you are in business, you have a startup capital, and for the first year you might spend a lot of money trying to find a product that will sell, or perhaps to train staff. If your product does not sell, you are out of luck. With entrepreneurship, you do not lose money on a product that does not sell, so there is no risk involved. This leads me to the last question of this article: what makes entrepreneurship different from business? The answer is the lack of end goals. When you are in business, you have to think about long-term goals, but when you are an entrepreneur, you do not have to worry about long-term goals. There is no need to invest in inventory or make strategic decisions that would make it more difficult to find customers. The reasons for this are that when you are in business you must compete, whereas when you are an entrepreneur you just have to have customers. That is the best definition of entrepreneurship, because it simply means that you are doing business without end goals. Fundamentally, no. It is generally recognized that the attributes or traits of an entrepreneur are: ambition, the need to succeed; creativity, always innovative; tenacity, often stubborn; risk-tolerant, being bold; intuition, spontaneous; and personality, the life and soul. These are usually skills that a business owner needs to be successful. To understand the background to entrepreneurship, we can look at where it all began. The first recorded entrepreneurs appeared in medieval days: the church, merchants and members of the royal court, who introduced new goods with new quality and value. Then, people came off the land and into industry with the development of the cotton mills and the Industrial Revolution. From this came the flying shuttle, spinning jenny, water frame and Crompton's mule. Entrepreneurship led to enterprise, innovation and organizational skills. Today there are 4.9 million businesses in the UK, employing 24.3 million people with a combined turnover of £3.6 trillion, and entrepreneurship is seen as a major future driver of economic growth in the economy. It is true that anyone can start a business, but without these traits they are likely to struggle. However, by mere virtue of the fact that someone has started a business, they have in effect created something, whether successful or not, and to do that, they have had ambition and therefore shown traits of being an entrepreneur. It depends on the definition of each one for you. Basically they are the same, especially if you go back to the French origin of the word, entrepreneur. But practically there is a small difference between both. In a simple term, when you start a business with a defined business model, with defined clients, area, you're practically a business person. X, starting a restaurant in your neighborhood. When you start an entrepreneurial journey, you can start it with simply an idea, solution, for a problem in the marketplace, without even identifying all the elements of the business yet. So let's say you find a way for people to rent other people's places when they travel. Airbnb solution for X. At first you think this can work, but you have no idea who will use it. There is no such a solution in the market, so your study can't lead to identify an exact client. Then your business model isn't clear all the time. Maybe you'll get a % of the rent, or maybe you can just get a fixed price from the rent, or make a subscription plan for people to post their places on the platform. This is an example of an entrepreneurship.